large severe weather system will be coming to the Midwest over the next couple of days. First, we are going to start off by looking at what's happening right now. Currently, we do have a tornado warning, and there is a possible tornado on the ground near Stevens Point, just south of Wasau. And actually, there's been quite a few severe thunderstorms impacting the Green Bay, Wasau, and Stevens Point area throughout the day, so there will be some flash flooding and flood warnings involved here. But this will also come with our line of storms later on that you will see our severe weather system that is taking place. So we also have some more storms over here into Montana. There's a couple big time hailstorms, I'd say, that could be happening right now near Charles, just southwest of Charles and Russell's National Wildlife Refuge. Um, and these are expected to become possibly very, very wind related and heavily strong hail related storms. Sorry, first time back in a little while. So, 2% tornado risk for a big portion of Minnesota, Wisconsin, so we could definitely see a couple spin up tornadoes here, along with up here in Montana near the refuge area. Wind risk, there is a 30% chance for significant wind tonight from Montana all the way into North Dakota, South Dakota area. And then hail, there is a 30% chance of severe hail in 2 inches or more up here in, what is it, Montana and North Dakota. And then a big chance for some significant hail throughout here. 5% also up here in Maine, sorry about that. Sunday, we will see this marginal risk expand from all the way up into Montana through the same regions of Minnesota and Wisconsin into Michigan. There is a big 2% from Michigan through Chicago, so all the way from Detroit to Chicago, there is a 2% tornado risk everywhere in between. Then up here in North Dakota and a little bit of South Dakota, we have another 2% tornado risk. 15% wind risk up here in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Holy crap. And then hail risk, basically the same areas, just discluding some of Minnesota. And then this hail risk will expand once again all the way down to Detroit. So this is a multi-risk day, which we could see an upgrade definitely. Then Monday, this could get upgraded, and even Tuesday could have some severe weather on the table for us. It all depends on how the storm system actually comes in and aligns. There are a couple different model runs I will show you here in a second, but as it stands right now, 15% chance for basically any severe weather, all the way from southeastern Minnesota all the way into southwestern Michigan. And then that big 5% covering all of Michigan, all of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and basically half Illinois and Indiana. Definitely think we could see some severe weather Tuesday morning, early morning, of course, but that would be definitely more towards Michigan and Ohio area. So let's look at the NAM3 model for supercell composite. This is composite for the strong storms that cause these. NAM3 has a pretty good chance for storms to pop up Sunday in the morning uh, with this line in Minnesota where we could see some good values. Uh, and then this moves over into Wisconsin and across the lake. Here's where we could see some very, very strong storms pop up at. As you can see, there is right off Lake Michigan into Michigan, there's a supercell composite uh, of 23, which is pretty high up there considering it goes up to 50, but that's on the upward side of things. That's pretty strong. And then that is going into Monday afternoon, where we get some of the most significant values to pop up in Michigan and Wisconsin, actually. There is a very good region of 49. Yeah, 49 out of 50 supercell composite possible up here in Wisconsin, so the environment is very favorable for some strong storms. And then it moves its way into Michigan, and this is where I think we could see some concerns raised in Michigan, southern Michigan specifically, before everything starts to go away as the storms eat all the energy up. Um, and then we obviously have surface-based CAPE. This is the CAPE values that are in here. So there's right now actually 5,000 joules per kilogram. So there's a ton of energy here on CAPE um, for these storms to eat up and use for energy purposes. You can see into Sunday night, the Cape values in Wisconsin actually skyrocket to almost 5,400 pretty consistently, and Michigan's values are at 4,000 to 3,000 varying. So there could be some very high concerns with that. Moving into Michigan later in the night, these storms tend to eat this up a little bit. Before the next morning, you could see values in Michigan, which is where we could see this concern at Monday night, of 5,500 joules per kilogram, which is way up there, by the way. Storms eat it up overnight, as you can see, these lines. And then once we go into Tuesday, the storm systems really start to move out. So, very concerning stuff to see for Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota for the next couple following days. Here's another look at it from a different model. This model has these storms. I mean, this model doesn't go out as far, but you get the idea. It doesn't really show it. There's definitely supercell composite areas where we could see some severe storms in Wisconsin Monday evening, and then it has this system showing up a little bit later than the NAM model does. And let's look at Cape. The Cape is there. This model's a lot more detailed. Not saying it's any better, but you can see how the Cape values are way up there, and that is really concerning because that's all the fuel for the storms. As long as the storms have everything else, which they do will have everything except a little bit of a problem with lift, these storms shouldn't have any issues firing up and causing some pretty good damaging hail and wind threats. As you can see, sorry, we'll go back to this. I definitely see this. Oh, sorry. Um, I definitely see. Yeah, let me get it to white. This area right here, mainly along this line, and then this little area in Michigan could definitely see some severe storms. This is going into Monday night, and as these storms, oh, sorry, these storms should move out, and you can actually see on the model uh, where they move out on. These little like dips are where the storms are going to fire up and eat up all the energy. So Michigan and Wisconsin should definitely have an action because these. I'm not saying that they're going to be extreme, but they will definitely be strong storms that we would need to look out for. Going into Monday night, you can see where these storms will form. It doesn't look too strong on here, but trust me, these storms will be strong and cause some pretty big wind threats if uh, the models stay the way it is right now. Overall, here is the 24-hour precipitation in inches. As you can see, this is into Tuesday morning time. You can see in southern Michigan and just basically northern Illinois, they have it upwards of 2 to even 3 inches in spots along southern Michigan, where 3 inches of rain could fall with these storms. These storms could train, that is a genuine issue, so there is an excessive rainfall outlook for this area. It's only 5% now, but it definitely could get upgraded. So, looking over the next couple of days, we could definitely see some areas where there is some concern. So make sure if you're in any of the states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, or Northern Illinois, to have a action in place, preparedness for these storms in in case they come through. Sorry I've been stuttering so much. I'm tired. I just got back from a trip, and making this as soon as I got home without much time to prepare for it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.